This is a fake US $100 bill made in Peru. It's so perfect that it passed through ATMs, cash registers, and even Federal Reserve scanners without detection. How Peruvian criminals were able to pump out these fakes at an industrial scale was by using techniques no counterfeiter had ever attempted before. The $100 bill you see here might look like it's printed on paper, but it's actually not. The money in your wallet is actually printed on fabric, 75% cotton, 25% linen, which is why most counterfeiters fail the moment someone touches their work. This barrier defeated counterfeiters for decades until Venezuela's economy collapsed and made their currency worth less than the cotton linen blend it was printed on. And that's where criminals saw their opportunity. When Venezuelan bolivars crashed from $5 to just 2 cents, criminals realized they could buy 10,000 genuine bills for $200. Bills printed on the exact same cotton linen substrate as U.S. currency. But this genius idea had one massive problem the counterfeiters had to overcome. To make a blank note, the criminals required chemistry precise enough to strip ink without destroying the fabric. Such a solution had to break molecular bonds in printing ink while preserving cotton and linen fibers. Too weak and ghost images of Simon Bolivar remained visible under backlighting. Too strong and the substrate disintegrated into pulp, leaving a window of exactly 11 minutes where the paper could be saved. But time wasn't the only variable they had to account for. Multiple rinse cycles at 72 degrees removed chemical residue that would otherwise react with new inks and create telltale discoloration patterns that scanner algorithms detect instantly. The final pressing stage didn't just remove moisture, but restored the exact thickness of uncirculated U.S. currency, exactly 0.04 of an inch, while creating that distinctive snap that makes real bills spring back when bent. This wasn't producing fake money anymore, but transforming real money from one country into another country's currency, which is why the paper passed every authentication test. The iodine in counterfeit detection pens reacted correctly with genuine cotton fibers. UV lights found no fluorescence because the substrate was authentic. And automated bill validators measured the exact density of real currency paper because that's what it was. Getting the paper was like making a blank canvas, but the criminals still had to make their painting, which forced innovations that would fool millions of Americans. This is where the criminals faced one of their biggest challenges. Genuine U.S. hundreds use intaglio presses that force ink into paper at 20 tons per square inch, creating raised ridges on your fingers instinctively recognized as real money. But the Peruvian operators only had offset lithography machines, the same kind that print magazines, which lay ink on top of paper instead of pressing it in. Their innovative process would stun even veteran Secret Service investigators. The criminals' first printing pass had to nail the background patterns, thousands of lines thinner than human hair that create the shimmer you see when you tilt a real bill. Miss the alignment by even 1/10,000th of an inch and you'll get patterns that scream fake to anyone who's ever handled cash. The master printers running these operations had spent decades calibrating machines for wedding invitations and business cards, skills that they now use to forge the world's most secure currency. After the background, Franklin's portrait came next, and this is where the operation turned from printing to artistry. Under a microscope, a real hundred shows individual beard hairs, skin pores, and even the texture of Franklin's collar. Details invisible to the naked eye, but checked by every bank scanner in America. So the counterfeiters photographed real bills, developed the negatives, then spent hours hand retouching them under magnification, adding microscopic details the way their fathers once touched up wedding photos. But then there was the issue of serial numbers. Although those patterns of numbers may look random, they're not. Using purely random numbers triggers Federal Reserve alerts, while duplicate numbers get flagged instantly. The counterfeiters studied thousands of genuine bills.